all Nigerian everywhere come to here to come and do with our peaceful protest. Successful protest. The vision of us. The vision of us. Started shooting. What about Lucky Target? It's happening again. What about Lucky Target? It's happening in Ondo State.
The armies, they started our protest. They came here shooting all the people. They started everything. See all our things. See all our things. See where the army do us. See all our things. See the army. See the army. See all our things. We are fighting for our rights. See our things. See our things. We are here peacefully. See all our rights.
Right, guys, that was the incident. What happened in Ondo State, to be precise, Akure, the capital city of Ondo State, where the students are protesting against Asuu extension strike. Just of recent, about a couple of days ago, Asuu Academic Staff Union extended its strike by 12 weeks following the already existing 90 days, and the students have been staging protests, peaceful protests across the country from, taking place in different states. Peaceful protests. Don't forget that these students are harmless. They are harmless. And I believe they have the fundamental human rights, constitutional rights to stage a peaceful protest. This is exactly what happened in Lekki Toll Gate, October the 20th, 2020. Youth staging a peaceful protest and soldiers come there to, do whatever they did. This is same thing is happening currently. So what that means is that they've not learned their lessons. They've not even learned from what had happened in the past. If there's going to be a peaceful protest in the Western world, say United States or United Kingdom, the police will even protect the protesters, ensuring that they protest peacefully, ensuring that hoodlums does not hijack the protest. But instead of the Nigerian security services to adapt this particular mechanism, no, they don't. They just want to always disperse the student or the youth or whoever is protesting. They don't want to hear that. They don't want you to exercise that fundamental human rights. It's quite sad and very pathetic. Look at the way they scattered all their belongings. Look at what they did to them. Soldiers are meant to be in the barracks. In the United States of America, you cannot just ordinarily see soldiers. In the United States, in the Western world, you cannot just ordinarily see a soldier on the street level, except on a special mission, except they are being contacted to come for such mission. You will never see a soldier on the street level attending to many issues the police are supposed to carry out. But because even on a regular basis, we use soldiers as bodyguards in this country. A common counselor of a ward, we use soldier as a bodyguard. A professor, we use soldier as bodyguard. Go to United Kingdom, go and see professors. They cycle. But in this country, a professor has a convoy. 2 in the front, 2 at the back, him being in the middle, soldiers in the front, just a professor. So we have seen the soldiers at every day-to-day thing. Anything happens, they call on the soldiers. This is the way it works. To those of you who are responsible for bringing soldiers to disperse people protesting peacefully, it is not done that way. It is done in a way that you need to kind of guide and guard these people to carry out their protest peacefully so that hoodlums don't hijack. Expression of fundamental human rights is part of protest. Peaceful protest, except if you discover that these protesters are carrying weapons. That is when you can swing into actions. But in as much as it is a peaceful protest, you are not supposed to disperse them. But how much can we talk about in this country? How much more do you want us to talk about? You talk about it left, right, and center every day by day, fruitlessly, all to no avail. We are used to it. Even in a country that is not as big as Nigeria, neighboring countries, just nearby countries here, they don't do things like that. But because we have so very many people ruling, the senator wants to rule, House of Representatives wants to rule, minister wants to rule, politician wants to rule, the president wants to rule, everybody wants to rule everybody. That is exactly what is happening. The same thing applicable in Oyo State where they carried out the protest, peaceful protests, they were dispersed. The same thing in Lagos State. When the students were crying, expressing their minds, you know. A lot of these people that have been at home, you don't expect them to just keep quiet. People are supposed to spend, students who are supposed to spend 3 years in university ends up spending 7 years. You think that's a joke? And upon that, there is no job for them. At least let them finish and get their certificate. And go somewhere else. Maybe they will be able to get job in neighboring countries. You're not thinking about all of that. But instead of you to just let them protest and express their fundamental, because you don't want the international community to see all of these videos. But little did you know that these videos have circulated around the entire world. They know all of these things. It is quite unfortunate and very, very sad. I feel for these students and feel so very much for them. I feel so very much for them. Everything for them they have to pay. Right? They pay the school fees, but they are not in school. All right? The education system of the country is not free, but in the Western world, it seems free, though you have to pay your money gradually, but at least you see what you are paying for. But in this country, you pay, you don't even get the lecture, you don't even get anything. Even the parents that are suffering to pay their school fees, to pay their tuition fee, you don't pay them their salaries. Those ones that are selling things in the market, food stores are expensive, nobody is buying anything. Problems upon problems upon problems upon problems in the country. Asuu has gone on strike. For more than 90 days now, for more than 90 days counting, and Minister of Education has bought a form for 100 million naira. Minister of State for Education bought a form for 100 million naira. We have over 26 people that has purchased this nomination form. And none of you could put together 220 million that Asuu requires. The ruling party cannot put together 20 million and sort Asuu out. Let the student resume. But all of you are fighting for that particular post, one post, and 26 people are struggling to get to one post. Even those ones that I know that they can't get there, they still went ahead to buy the form. They still went ahead to buy the form. Despite them knowing that they cannot get to that seat, they went ahead to buy the form. They went ahead to buy the form. We cannot be bothered. We just cannot be bothered. They say youth are the leaders of tomorrow. No, not anymore. The headers are the leaders of tomorrow. That's what we know. Because if they believe that the youth are the leader, that we, the youth, are the leaders of tomorrow, they will make sure that education is part of their primary assignments. It's part of their primary concern. But because they believe that education doesn't count, it doesn't matter. Even if you go to school anyways and graduate, where is the job? But at least let them finish. Even if they're going to go to neighboring countries to grab some jobs to do, let them get a certificate to show for it when they go. This is really sad and very, very pathetic. We have been saying it on a regular basis. It doesn't have any meaning to them. Let us continue to educate ourselves. Let us continue to break the news to ourselves. That is what we are doing. These people are not listening to us. They don't really care about our lives anymore. We are just breaking out the news to ourselves so that we are aware of what is going on in the society. That is what we are doing. So, talking about all of this now, who are you going to hold? If you report it, this one reports to this, you carry this person, who is going to sit sit on the case? Who is going to decide on the case? Who is a judge to judge the case? There's going to be a phone call from the top to the judge to say, you know what, dismiss the case, adjourn the case, keep adjourning the case until there is nothing. You only hear about the beginning of a case in this country, but you don't hear about the end of it. End of story. You think the fact that the soldiers dispersed the peaceful protester, you think the soldiers are going to be brought to justice, are going to be brought to book? No way! Even incident that has happened in this country that is more trivial, that is more deadly than that, nothing is done about it. It is only God that will intervene in the situation of the country. Except God intervenes, right? We are joking. Even if you're going to split, let it split. If you are not splitting, let God himself decide. We need to call on God to decide. If you think somebody is going to come from somewhere and sit in that Asuu Rock and make the country good, you are joking. And if it is a constitution let it be changed. Let it be changed. Nothing is working. This one is doing whatever he likes. That one is doing whatever he likes. People are just power drunk, power intoxicated. No one knows who is who. It is really terrible. You don't expect this student to keep quiet for crying out loud. They've been home for months now. Some of them are learning sewing, some of them are learning hairdressings, and some of them are wandering around the seat, and you say they should not be crimes. What do you expect them to do? There will be all of these things. We just hope, we pray unto God that someday this country will be liberated from all these problems. We just pray that it will be liberated, because unborn children that are just being born today, if care is not taken, they will suffer. They will share from the problem that we are experiencing, even at our age. Our parents experienced it. We have taken over. We pray that our children coming will not take over from us. You know, it is really sad, guys. What are your take on this? Soldier dispersing peaceful protesters. What are your take on this? You know, and as a matter of fact, yes, what would your take be other than to say, okay, it's really bad and terrible? You know, that's exactly what I expect you to say. But if you have any different opinions with regard to this, leave it in the comment section for us. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me. To the returning subscriber, thank you very much. To those of you that are watching for the very first time, we do this on a regular basis. Try as much as possible to spread our tentacles to bring news to you so that you know exactly what happens around you and across the world. If you're interested in joining the boat, please try as much as possible to click on the subscribe button beneath and open all notifications so that you will be notified each time I drop a new clip. And I'll be signing out on this. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you again. Bye for now.